You can't say that.
Dead women should be bigger.
Hello and welcome to the Cowboy4Game Yu-Gi-Oh podcast. I'm your host Jake. Today I'm joined by Blake from Blake Goes Face and Ben from NolanTCG.
The mic should be working this week.
Yeah.
Was it not working last week?
It was
pretty messy.
Oh no.
like the podcasty version that went out was fine, but the audio-visual version, not ideal.
Transitional technology.
In case of emergency, clap sync.
Yes, double 5 seconds apart is always ideal.
We could have fixed it. The only problem was we didn't have a clap sync. Now we have a clap sync, so we can fix it.
See, if I was on the podcast, you could just go to where I inevitably slammed the table and use it as a clap sync.
Or
Could
when
have been done.
or when you bird cacore at the start.
Yeah, no, I didn't have
No,
any
that's
today.
not a great clap sync point. You know?
Anyway, how was our week in Yu-Gi-Oh? Let's start with Blake.
I did some stuff with Leo, and then
Man's been grinding.
Yeah, dude, man has been grinding. If I watch another tear mirror, I think I'm going to be in tears.
It is a crime.
It's the worst thing. I don't know that I can name a worse thing. Not about Yu-Gi-Oh, just in general.
It's pretty bad.
It's just...
I don't know. I find them engaging. Like, I don't win a lot of them, to be fair, but I know. I have fun.
Jake also thought that Bubonic Plague was engaging.
Yeah, he also thought Engage was engaging, and look how that
No,
went.
I didn't.
He did.
At no point did I think that card was
Nah,
good.
you liked it.
No.
Don't lie to the audience. You liked it.
There is history of me
Yeah,
saying,
there
fuck
is.
that card.
Yeah, there is. What a stupid card. And I actually did just some random Master Duel stuff again because I got cards back, boys. I got cards back. They gave me my Buster Dragon and they gave me my
yeah.
my XYZ.
Oh, so we've been doing ABC Therion?
Yeah. I tried some wind-up stuff before that and...
Didn't go well?
It's not great, boys. I need Hunter. Turns out you really need Hunter because the deck does 57 different actions
None of
and
them
you
are-
don't go anywhere.
None of them do anything or stop anything.
No.
Except Get Nibiru.
Yes.
You are playing Get Nibiru Turbo.
But like, the best part is you can get Nibiru, keep going, and still arrive nowhere. You're like,
Against some people, that could be a threat in and of itself. Like, you get
They're
a
all
Nibiru
small.
and they're like, oh my god, just keep playing. I can't win this.
No, just concede. That's it. If we had Hunter, we would have a thing we could do, but it's... ABC seemed like the best way to... Yeah, it's like the best fun deck I have right now.
That's fair.
And then we got... Is the new... it's just part of the news, but the new ban list...
The new ban list is in effect, yeah.
Oh, okay, I haven't-
Is it a fact? I thought it was like... don't worry. We'll talk about it in the news
Yeah.
part.
Oh, wait,
Yeah.
no. Yeah, sorry, no, it hasn't come
Yeah,
into
because
effect.
that
But soon.
also... That gives me one more Buster Dragon.
Yes, it's doing its current yo-yo thing where it's back to 3.
Yeah, cool.
So my time in Master Duel of late has been atrocious. I went on to ladder yesterday for the first time in ages because I've been playing the Theme Chronicle because it was just free gems, but I ran out of free gems to do, so went back to ranked. I, in the space of half an hour, dropped 2 ranks.
Yes.
Just
that's a lot of shame
combination of
conceding.
opening unplayable going second and opponent opening nuts. So I put in chat yesterday that I was versing some like synchro combo with like Mecha Phantom Beast and whatnot.
Yep.
So I played through every single interruption that was on the board. I had Moyi and Ashinan in hand. I was like, okay, I've baited out everything and I've got enough to make a play. He had 1 card in hand. The card in hand was Effect Veiler.
Yeah, man went. Have everything. Also...
Literally everything. Like,
Yeah,
I was
lovely
so happy that I'd baited out everything on the board and literally had the 1 card in that would effectively stop me. I was very upset. So that was that. And then, yeah, in physical card news, every locals that I went to last week, I won.
Oh, no shit. Alright.
Yeah. So Monday was over at Grim. That was I think we did 3. Yeah, we did 3 rounds. One was a mirror, which I won. One was branded, which I believe I won as well.
Well, if you
yeah,
won...
Yeah.
then I
I'm
would-
just no, it was more the deck I could remember, less so the result. And then in the finals, I versed Lozamuse.
Yes.
Yeah, it turns out Dragoon isn't the threat that I thought it was.
Nope.
No. So he negated the Kikalo, so I did the things, and I summoned Rukalos and Wallow, and he had 14 cards in his graveyard. So my Rukalos was 400 points bigger than Dragoon.
It's the animation for I think he goes.
And then just for flex points, I used Wallow to bring back his Dragoon.
Fair enough.
Made me very happy.
R.I.P.
Then
Dark Magician.
Tuesday, I won also. I think I had a mirror in the midst of all that. Yeah, I think I versed Bragg in the midst of all that.
Okay.
And it was... I can't remember who I versed in the final. I versed Kashtira at one point. This is pre-support Kashtira, so it's not ideal. But that also wasn't as bad as I thought it'd be.
Yep.
They did have an interesting play that I didn't realise they do, but it kind of makes sense. They make the original Mecha Fan Beast, the rank 7,
Yep.
summon the 2 tokens,
Oh,
and then use those to make
Tokyo-san.
the
Oh.
Bujin.
Oh!
The Bujin link, and then you
Oh,
bring
that's
back
kinda
the
cute.
one that you detached and the one that you've searched from Fenrir,
Yeah.
and make an Xyz.
That's cute.
Yeah,
That's
I thought that was
pretty
really,
cool.
I thought that was
Yeah.
really cute.
Yeah, it's really cute.
I don't particularly love the deck, but that's kind of cool.
Yeah, because like the way that he was playing through his hand, I was like, what does this end on? Like, you're going to end on one Xyz and that's it, and even then it's going to be like, ugh. But yeah, he went to Mecha Fan, and I'm like, what's this bitch doing?
I'm surprised that hasn't been banned yet due to the fact it summons tokens. But anyway,
Yeah, well,
it's hard to
Yeah.
go into. I totally understand, but also tokens.
yeah,
Right,
true.
yeah, like rank 7 has never been like a particularly good thing. Like, what are you gonna do?
Alright, Dark
Overlay your
Magician,
Dark
relax.
Magicians? Yeah.
Oh, hang on. I think I
Ebon
remember who the
Illusion
final
Magician.
Was the final you and me?
No.
No, we did verse though on Tuesday.
Did
Right.
we?
I'm fairly confident we did.
I don't know. Oh,
It-
yeah, we did. Yeah.
Old men losing
Yeah,
their
it
minds.
didn't
Yeah.
go well for you.
No, I bricked really badly.
Yeah.
How'd you go at locals?
Locals, fine. I played Flonderies for the past couple of locals.
Woo!
He was keeping it secret for the Orange Regionals.
Yeah, it was just standard, fine, exactly as I expected. Weirdly, at locals, something I realized when I was sat down and I was deck building, you know how I kept opening like multiple maps?
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't playing terraforming.
Oh,
I was opening like 2 to 3 maps regularly. And just
As
wasn't
a
playing
three-off,
terraforming.
yeah,
And when I
okay.
was building my deck for the regional, I was like, fuck, I've been seeing a lot of map. Oh, I'm not playing terraforming. Oh. So I put terraforming in.
and you're like, more map.
And yeah, so my locals were fine. Went away to Orange though. Bragg wanted to be on the podcast, but he's gone to D&D that he forgot that was an hour earlier than expected. So we went to Orange. Good time. We went with Kurt, Luke, and Leonardo. Spoiler alert: Leonardo was the only one that topped. My 20 was fine. Like, started really well. Like, first 2 rounds ran through easy wins. Then round 3 was I played Fox, bricked fucking atrociously game 1, where like I win die roll and I'm like, I lost my last 2 die rolls. Finally, I win a die roll. Draw my 5 cards. And it's like evenly matched Dark Ruler, Flundery's Trap, Continuous Spell, Street. And I'm like, this doesn't do anything. Set the Flundery's Trap, pass. Because I'm like, if he like only puts 8k damage on board, I can maybe go like flip, summon Stree, not die, then evenly end the battle phase.
Yeah.
And he was like stressing fucking hard that I had Imperm in my hand, so once he added the Stree, I could just go Imperm evenly.
Yeah.
Didn't have that, of course, so lost that game. Game 2, story of my weekend for some reason, in particular. Whenever I only saw one bird, it was Stree.
Oh, it was the one that kept popping up.
Yep,
It was like,
every time.
Couldn't be Rabina, couldn't be.
It's not the bird you want.
No, it's
no,
not.
it's like, no.
Like, the amount of times... I
Two
think
cans, the one you want.
in game 2 of that match, I opened map, but also only opened Street. So I'm like... So I can map and get the card, and then normal summon that on the second normal summon, and then
Yeah.
play a little.
At that point, I'll just go for the Zeus play because like the other play wouldn't really get you anywhere.
Well, I went first in that game, like in game 2.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, both games I only opened Street, and I was like, this sucks.
Street is interesting too because like I almost get punished by it, but because I'm me, I drew the shifter and then
Yep.
like shifted them and then played the Street to banish the shifter and I could play.
Yeah.
But like if you can't put anything, it's just
Yep.
it's as useful as Toucan is.
Yep. It was bad.
Toucan's great though.
So that was that. And then eventually we get to my X2 drop moment. And I'm playing against Medolce.
Oh.
And, like, I know my
Limit.
Medolce matchup pretty fucking well. So, things were going fine. I was well ahead in terms of card advantage and everything. And I'm like, yep, cool, game 3. In game 2, he normal summons the fucking one that searches a field spell and adds Zombie World. And I was like,
Okay.
oh, that's cute. I activate the Zombie World, and I'm like,
Wait, what thing?
there's a Medolce that just
Yeah.
adds some field spell.
Yeah.
On
Any
summon.
field spell?
Any field spell.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's like the butler.
Yeah, that kind
Adds,
of fucks.
adds any field spell.
I just assumed that it searched the Medolce spells.
No, adds any field spell. Yeah, so that added Zombie World, he's like, cute. And I was like, yeah, that's cute. I can out it, but I don't know if I can out your entire board here. And I just couldn't. Like, I drew my next card and I was like, look, on math, if you just play competently, I lose this game. Then game 3 comes around and I open God Hand. And I'm like, yep, here we go. So I'm on like, what's the card? Continuous spell, field spell, M-Pen,
Oh.
map. M-Pen, barrier statue, trap trick set. And I'm like, this is really good. And my opponent draws for turn, and he's like, draw phase. I'm like, yep, cool. Standby phase. And I'm like, thinking. You're good. Activate Lightning Storm. I lose.
Ah.
And I was like, I literally just, for some reason, brain farted and just didn't activate the trap trick in standby to get to the, and then be able to activate it.
What? Hold on. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I for some reason I misremembered.
In no world was that, and then because he's playing against Medolce, it's just game from there.
Yeah.
So, I lost. And I was out of the regional. And
Yeah.
that guy topped. He was the only non-tier player to top that regional. And I felt really bad, and I was like,
Look.
if I just played semi-competently, I would have won.
It's alright, just put Medolce in the spotlight as well. Keep Floundries away from
Yeah, keep it
the
away
Beamless
from
Eye.
what fucking Master Duel did
Yeah.
to it. Speaking of Master Duel,
No,
Yeah.
I wasn't finished.
Oh,
it
it's
was a
still
segue of dreams. All right, go for it.
I'm at 656.
Oh,
Yes.
my king! Really?
Yes, I'm at 656. Really nice guy.
Oh.
We actually played round 1.
That's
it
sick.
was a Floundries mirror.
Oh, that's my guy. That's my guy.
It wasn't toxic in the slightest.
No.
No, it sounds very fun.
It actually
Yeah.
it was pretty bad because he didn't open map.
Yeah.
And he had the continuous spell but didn't have map, and I was like, I've got map and the continuous spell, so I just win.
Yeah, you can't normal.
Yeah,
Lol.
it's just rough in that matchup. If you don't get to map, yeah, you ain't winning.
It's the
that
same
game.
in the tier mirror. Whoever has Pellerino wins.
Yeah. Same with most mirrors where they have good field spells. If the other person has the field spell, odds on they getting the second effect of that field spell, and that's what wins the game. But yeah,
We can talk about Master Duel now?
now we can talk about Master Duel.
As for
Okay.
Master Duel,
Yes, so as Blake alluded to before, we do have an upcoming Master Duel ban list, which will be coming into effect as of February 6th. So again, putting further credence to the fact that they're just going to do one of these every month. Some of them have been small. This one is not. This one's quite big. So on bans,
Sorry. I need to get this card.
we have Union Carrier, which should have been banned a long time ago.
yeah.
Like, realistically, the only ones using that were ABC, which were fine. Like, that's kind of what they do.
Yeah,
and
but-
Emancipators, which is not.
Yeah, it just doesn't. It's not okay.
This hits my FDK.
Oh.
Oh, no. Anyway,
fine.
speaking of hits to ban, Totally Awesome is also banned.
Yeah, that pissed me off quite a lot.
Is this pre...
It's a preemptive
It's a
hit because we're
pre-Sprite
getting
hit.
Sprite.
Yeah. So there's a pack, like a master pack that expires in the next couple of days.
18
So
days away.
Yeah. There's one sooner than that.
There's 18 and then there's 1 month and 18 days.
There's one pack that expires sooner than that. I checked it the other day. It was like,
It was like that shitty side set though. It was like the reprint set. The next like main pack expires in 18 days.
well, we'll see how that goes. I feel like they wouldn't have done it quite so soon if that was...
Well, we're getting Sprite.
Yeah, Sprite is coming. So Toad...
No, it's
Bradley-
not anymore.
I'd like to think we're not getting Terelement, given that we didn't see a preemptive Terelement hit. On
I
this
don't...
list.
Well, in fairness, early tier element lists did run Toad.
Okay,
Just
bro.
to play devil's advocate
Okay.
for just a tiny while.
Okay.
Anyway,
Thank you,
moving on.
Konami HQ. Your logic is impeccable as always.
Moving on, we go to the semi-limits, because the OCG love a semi-limit.
They do.
So, as a further fuck you to Flunder Dimensional Shifter 2.
Yeah, that deck's already dead.
Oh yeah, but people still try.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I played against it the other day and I was like, oh no. Oh wait.
Yeah,
Where's
there
it?
is that split second you're like, oh fucking Barry, oh wait no.
No, it's not there.
They could just play a different barrier statue too.
No.
Like, you'd have to play multiple of them, but you could.
What? No. How do you normal it? Am I stupid? Are they all?
You get an additional normal summon.
Oh, sure, right. So you need to not use the first one, and
It's the same logic they had with Ecclesia before. You just use your
guess,
additional summon
yeah.
on the other thing.
Sure.
Wait.
But you can't search
So
it.
you do map line,
But you can't
which is a lot.
search it.
Yeah, no, you just have to hit it.
What,
Just open
shut
it.
what
up.
card are we talking about? I forgot.
Barrier statues in general.
Like, if
Yeah,
you just
he's
played a
saying you can
different
play a
barrier
different
statue.
one.
Just play the Ecclesia.
Yeah.
Just play Nadirs into Ecclesia. Normally Ecclesia, get punishment.
Oddly enough, though, no one's doing that either. They're just very adamant on doing bird things.
It's the best kind of things to do.
The other thing is too, like, before they had the luxury of like being able to wait to flip their I get to normal again trap, whereas now any time that I make an action, they're like, flip it trap,
Trap!
what?
Flip your shit face down.
Yeah. We also have grass is greener to 2.
I went from 3 to 2 though.
Yeah, it's kind of meaningless.
It's not positive.
Again, the
Grass
only...
was at 3?
Yeah.
That's a 2 element hit. That's what they think a 2 element hit is.
Yes, it actually, absolutely.
It's legitimately what they
Well,
think
the only
a 2
decks
element hit
currently using it are Shadol and Adamantipator.
You could 60 card pile tier, no problem, right?
is. Yep.
Oh yeah, you just put like every good
Yeah.
graveyard thing in one deck.
Shadows,
Yeah.
2 element,
Yeah.
branded.
Yeah.
Light
Done.
Sworn, zombies.
Oh, wolf.
They definitely consider this a 2 element hit.
Wolf.
Yeah, and without Bystials, it's
Bastals.
a problem. We also have Inferno Launcher going to 2. I think it was
Sure, bro.
at 1
Yeah.
before? Yeah.
Oh, Harry's in fucking... Oh, big up.
There can only be 1 is going to 2. There can only be
Okay.
2.
That's my hit for Runic. Oh no. Anyway.
Alright.
Yeah, Runic's weird. And then Conquistador going from 1 to 2. 'Cause,
Sure, bro.
Like,
Just
they
make
just
it,
looked at Eldritch players, they were still adamant they were going to play it, so they're like,
Nah.
fine. We also move on to no longer on the list. Salaman Great Gazelle going back to 3.
Why?
Stupid.
Yeah, a little bit. Danger Jackalope to 3.
Okay. It's not bad.
So maybe not a hit to tier.
It's a buff to 2.
Yeah. Double Iris Magician going to 3.
Hey, my boy.
Pendulum is just kind of good on Master Duel. I don't know why they're giving it more things. We have, weirdly enough,
Lapankle?
Pancratops to 3.
Lapankle. Yeah.
So bad.
It's because we're getting Fenrir. Eventually.
I was like, are we?
Memories of Hope.
Okay.
Just
What did
throw a Numeron a bone.
Yeah,
Oh.
got limited for Numeron.
Okay.
Cursed Eldland, again, just giving Eldritch more things. And Scapegoat.
No, they just took it away. Alright. Okay. Tricksters? Anyway.
Yeah, it's... Yeah.
So,
Reading time
yeah,
is in
assuming that Sprite is coming, which I feel like they wouldn't have needed to hit Toad otherwise, it's going to be a bit of a shake-up.
No, this is a paleo here, Jake.
Although, I don't like the idea of Runic Sprite being legal so quickly.
Yeah.
I don't want it.
Jake, that deck doesn't have a win con. And they have a 300 second countdown timer?
Yeah.
No, true.
Yeah, like that deck all of a sudden is not an issue when there's no 40-minute timer in a match.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean,
So,
it
yeah,
could,
mixing
and
it up
the
a
deck seems
little
to be
bit.
doing just fine without
Exactly.
that kind of shit
When
anyway.
you just try
Man,
and
we
play
really
hard
did
deck
speak
out.
about Loz and then he, like, throws me a snap. Like, 15 minutes ago, so it would have been when we brought him up.
Man's ears are burning.
Stop playing a bad deck. Anyway. What? Who said that?
It's the heart and soul of his content.
said
I
that?
can't believe he said that. So moving on to the physical card game, we have a lot of news that has been revealed about Photon Hypernova.
Yes.
So we have quite a
I saw
few
things
of
in
the
chat.
cards known already. So we know 4 of the 5 Starlights. The one that was revealed to us by Konami on their little preview stream before the other content creators did their thing was Mirror Jade.
Yes.
Looks quite nice. Don't know if it was needed.
No.
I would have rather than just do another fucking Sign a Dragon.
Beaver Warrior.
I would have rather than do Beaver Warrior.
How lit would a Beaver Warrior have
It'd
been?
be so random.
It'd be so good. Or Jerry Bean Man.
What if they put Starlights in the reprint sets? And they do like Starlight,
Imagine.
Mystical F, Mystical F.
Mystical F?
If you pull it, it's, as opposed to the Starlight Blue Eyes, it is a
It's a
mystical
mystical
F.
There's that feral.
It's the one that takes away Blue Eyes' attack in the show because it prays.
Oh,
That's
yes.
a drink.
What?
You got to drink for that.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That's not a rule
Like-
of the game. You got to drink.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Just don't mention older
Yeah.
relative either, or that's also a drink.
Oh, is it really?
It is, yes.
Okay.
The other ones that we know so far are the Cartesia fusion as well.
Okay.
I think so far that's the closest we get to a woman Starlight, and even then, the woman's about that big on the card art, and there's a big gross dragon in the background.
Dragons are gross.
More women.
You can't say that. You,
Dead women should be bigger.
That's not the cold open. You're a bitch. You are a bitch. I want you to know that. If you have watched to this point, no, Ben is either a bitch or... Yeah, fair enough.
we also have Kashtira Risehard, the new rank 7
Yeah,
that
yeah.
is macro on legs.
Love it.
Hate it. I actually don't want it to exist.
It's also doesn't it require like 3 material to just
Yeah,
regulate
but every
it?
time you banish face down, it gets to take one.
No, but it requires 3 material to make unless you're just actually playing Kashtira.
Yeah,
Yeah, so it's fine.
it isn't.
Yeah.
I don't.
What
want
are you
it
gonna
to.
make it in, Jake?
Well,
Dark
Kashtira, that's the
Magician.
problem.
Castira. Dark Magician. He'll try.
Dark Magician got a macro.
One of his viewers, he said
Probably.
one of his viewers plays Kashtira DM. I
That
don't
makes
know
sense.
how it goes.
It's logical.
Yeah, it makes sense. Oh, I remember what it is.
It's like
now.
you don't actually summon Dark Magician on your turn, so you just go like fucking Kashtira thing, normal rod, pass.
Yeah, that's fair. It's weird. I'm not used to DM players having any amount of IQ.
I can't remember the name of it, so I'm just looking it up. But we do know the 4th Starlight as of not too long ago. Tri Brigade Arms.
Yeah, it's the Link
Bucephalus the second.
The 4th.
What? Can't?
The 5th?
Second.
That's 11, Jake.
It's not 11.
That's 11.
No, it's the second. You're a monkey.
Do you not know what an 11 is?
No.
Do you not know
that's 2.
Roman numerals?
That's 2.
The Romans are dead, Jake.
That
Anyway,
tickled me.
but
That
that's
tickled me a little bit.
But that is the 4th Starlight, so still 1 space left to determine. It's weird that they haven't
What was
done
it?
any of the Galaxy Eyes cards so far. Like, it could well be the 5th, but you would think with that type of archetype
Yeah.
being given support, they usually give them a Starlight.
And we thought the
Isn't this
Galaxy
thing-
Eyes was just going to be the
Well, yeah,
fifth Starlight.
that was the other thing. When they
I would have
announced...
preferred it.
Yeah, it's weird.
Number 38 Starlight?
Mm.
That would have been nice.
It would have been kind of cool. But anyway, here we
Yeah.
are.
Yeah.
Beaver
Mirror Jade.
Warrior.
Beaver. Warrior.
Jerry Bean Man.
We also
That's torn
have...
paper. Can't do that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Soggy the Dark Clown.
No. Make it realistic to the way regular year was back then, and in the 6th one, print Starlight Rare Mechanical Chaser. So whoever pulls the Starlight Rare Mechanical Chaser is just gonna fucking wreck everyone.
Yeah.
We also know all 10 secret rares. We have Gravekeeper's Inscription,
Yeah.
which is like a start of the thing. You get to pick a thing that the opponent can't do in the graveyard. We've got Galaxy Photon Dragon,
Yeah.
Gigantic Champion Sargas, which is actually just a really good Xyz. It's kind of good. The Arise Heart, Kashtira Thesis, which is an E-Tele for Kashtira. Pressured Planet Wraithos, which is the Kashtira field spell.
Oh, yep.
We've got Triple Tactics Thrusting.
Thrust.
I couldn't just not give it that name.
Trust.
Waybridge, I don't know what it does. It's a trap.
So it probably
Yeah,
doesn't matter.
it's not very good.
It's something to do with like your opponent has more cards. It's kind of like a shit evenly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not that great.
It's like if your opponent has more monsters than you do, they have to send it until they control the same amount. It's kind of
Yeah.
it's kind of garbage.
It's if they control 2 or more, they have to send till they control 1.
Okay, sure.
Yep.
It's a
Eh.
little
Also,
bit
it's
shit.
also send to graveyard, I think.
Yeah, and I think it's worded the same as evenly. It's like your opponent sends them, so
Yeah.
towers and things
Unaffected,
are affected.
baby.
And then we've got 2 of the new TCG archetype coming out in secret as well. Gold Pride Leon and Gold Pride The Crowd Goes Wild. So yeah, it has been confirmed by a couple other sources too that it is a JoJo's reference, so you will need to buy it.
Mm. There are too many men in JoJo's though for Konami.
Yeah, true.
There is a woman in
Konami-
this archetype though.
Konami doesn't like rip dudes.
Yeah.
But I think that deck's actually quite cute, with the whole mechanic of like place a landmine go boom. It's also a Kashtira out.
Oh, cool.
The
Summons
issue
a
is,
token to your opponent's board.
yeah. So the issue is you have to have lower life points in your opponent to be able to activate the effect.
That's
You
fine.
can pay for stuff.
Activate
Sparks.
skill drain.
Oh, true. Yeah,
Yeah,
that'll do it.
that'll turn your monster effect on that you want to blow up the board with.
That'll do it.
I thought it was the token generator that does that, or was the link monster that does that? I don't know, one of them.
No, it's the level 8 main deck monster that
With the
generates the token, and
Yep.
then it's like quick effect, blow up everything next to the token.
It's
Yeah.
like playing Minefield. Minesweeper?
Minesweeper.
Yeah.
Minefield.
Bang.
But yeah, like it's with another round of support, it might be okay. But the issue that I've found with most TCG archetypes is by the second load of support, they just decide to change the win con, and neither of the two loads of support work with each other all that well.
Other than BA, in which case they created a
Oh,
6-year dynasty, in
sometimes.
which just never went away.
Sometimes they go off. Sometimes they're just like they remember what they
Oh,
did last
Cosmo.
time. They're like, oh, we should help that.
Yeah,
That is-
Cosmo, they got Dark Destroyer.
That is one of the few
They're like, "Here you
archetypes
go."
where they were like, don't worry guys, we also gave you a synchro, and a fusion, and a ritual,
And
and
everyone
only
went-
one of those really sucked.
Yeah, it was, the Spectrum
ritual.
of Dante's.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I ever saw that ritual summon once.
I've seen it
was
summoned in some
Beatrice?
cheese fucking decks.
Hell yeah.
So I'm assuming Beatrice then was the OCG support.
Yes.
Yes.
Beatrice was the OCG.
That makes sense because
Yep.
it's the only one that is.
Is a woman.
Wasn't where I was going, but
Same
that'll do.
in Cosmo where they were like, oh, cool deck. Anyway, he's one of the best cards in the game as extra support. They were like, ah, okay, thanks.
Actually, did we ever get OCG support for Cosmo?
Dark Planet and Eclipso.
Were they OCGs?
They came way after. So
Yeah.
I'm
It
just
was
kind of
Dark Lady.
guessing. No, I think Dark
Oh,
Lady
it
was
might be.
with Strawman and... sorry, Dark Lady was with Wincan.
Okay.
Yeah,
I like that.
I think.
Oh,
No, Dark Lady was in Shining Victories. I
What
really
else?
want to play that Wards format. I don't know why.
What, the one...
The Blue Eyes Wards.
Yeah, I was going to say, the
Yeah,
one that
Blue
was
Eyes
just
Worlds.
all blue eyes.
Yeah.
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 So does Andrew.
yeah. Andrew's weirdly interested in alternate formats at the moment.
He's also weirdly interested
Probably
in
because
blue
he's
eyes.
normal summoned 15 billion times in the last 3 months, and he's probably a little bit bored.
Yeah. What do you mean, no?
You're like, wait,
The
what?
party don't stop at Bird Corner.
The party don't start at Bird Corner because no one's allowed to special summon.
You can have a party with just normal summons.
Yeah, and discarding to the grave from hand.
Normal
um,
summons are freaks, Jake.
Yeah, they are.
what did you just say to me?
Oh.
Moving on. We know 14 of the Ultra Rares. How many Ultra Rares do we usually get? Is it 14?
47.
That's not right.
It's close.
But yeah, two Kashtira cards.
So funny.
The main deck Rise Heart and the Tier Elements Kashtira. And I'm just trying to find the important ones really because a lot of it's garbage.
Two of the best cards in this set of commons.
Cool.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, the new Bestial is common.
No.
And what was the one you were thinking of? The other one?
The other Terrelament field spell.
Yeah, the new Tier Element field
Oh,
spell.
no shit.
So yeah, little bit concerning that they've put those at low rarity.
Yeah.
Why?
Because they're going to get
It's kind of busted.
Eh, that's fine. Jake, you keep shouting from the rooftop that the new Terrelament field spell is broken. Yeah, they don't play it in the OCG.
Yeah, so here's the thing. I have it as being broken for a couple of reasons, and it's they kind of both bleed into the fact that there will be a ban list, and the deck will get fucked over. So if the field spell that is currently available is part of that ban list, then this is a decent alternative.
But in that world where that field spell is banned is called Japan, and no one still plays that field spell.
We're not the same.
What key differences do you have between yourself and a Japanese person, Jake?
You know exactly what I meant. Don't make this about race.
Well,
I'm not
who
making
said it
about
was
race.
about race?
I'm making about Yu-Gi-Oh skill.
Yeah. You're saying
You
OCG
weren't.
players are inherently worse?
No,
I think you
we're
are.
different.
Now you're saying that they're too stupid to understand this field spell.
No,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are.
that's not
Yeah.
what I'm saying at all.
Alright.
So
You're
they're
implying-
Can we get
either-
hashtag Jake
Okay,
is
so here's
racist?
the
No.
difference.
Yeah.
So they're using Cherubini to ditch King of the Swamp to put it in grave
Oh.
to replace Kit Carlos. The field spell does the same thing.
Or you could just mill it.
Yeah.
And if you don't do that, you have a field spell.
Yeah, but if you don't do that, you're just playing Terrelament.
We don't want to do that.
Yeah. It's almost like you're playing a gambling deck.
Yeah.
I know, so I'm just trying to lower the variance of the gamble, and you're like, no, that's bad. Just put shit in the bin and hope for the
You
best.
don't wanna-
Tier doesn't require any skill is the problem.
That's rough.
It's gambling deck.
It's gambling deck.
Yeah. So it's...
I think there is some skill. Like,
Nah.
it's literally, it's not just pulling the slot and, oh, I've won.
Nah, yeah, it is.
It isn't.
I'm just going to say yes. Fuck it. Yes. Mill the perfect cards, win the game.
This coming from a Flunderies player is
Yeah.
absolutely ridiculous. You're
Well,
not gambling,
see-
but you're just locking out every mechanic.
No,
to win.
no, I'm gambling on
Exactly.
drawing shifter.
No gamble.
That's my gamble. I draw shifter. And then I pull the lever by throwing it to the grave when you activate anything.
I don't know why I invite you on this podcast.
Me-
It just
neither
becomes
do
a-
I.
It just becomes about birds.
No idea.
Your car.
So this set comes out in just under 2 weeks, right?
Wow.
Let's see.
It's like not this Thursday, the Thursday after.
Right.
Thinking Jake
The,
face?
the worst part is how expensive the Cashtira stuff's going to be.
Yes.
Did you say 600 US?
Oh, that's the pre-release price, so it'll
Yeah.
probably change somewhat. But like the fact that there's 3 secrets and 2 ultras,
Yes.
it's a bit obnoxious.
Kashtira Terrelament will be the only relevant ultra rare that's going to be expensive though. Because Terrelament players are also going to need it.
Yes.
It will be expensive.
Expensivo.
2 to 3 per case. It's going to be a rather expensive card. I will probably see it beating out most secret rares.
Mm.
Yeah.
It could legitimately be like a $45+ secret rare, ultra rare.
Yep.
Easily. We're talking Fenrir, baby.
Market value analysis.
Well, that was Fenrir's release price. It's now even more.
Yes.
Can
And
we
that
get
is
much
exactly what's going to
higher?
happen when they start hitting Terrelament cards.
So high.
Because then all of a sudden, Kashtira Terrelament becomes needed. Merry Christmas.
Christmas ban list?
Oh, we cannot wait till Christmas.
Konami would be more than happy to make us wait till Christmas.
Yeah.
Would they?
Such
Yep.
tease.
Because the thought I had is, with them having printed cash in such a high rarity, and it being
They do print cash
one
on a
of
very
only
regular
2
basis.
decks. Shut up. One
Facts.
of the only 2 decks that really competes with Tier Element in the current meta.
Yep.
Do you see them just like taking a whack stick to Flunderies and Tier Element in the next list to basically force people onto the new set?
There aren't
I
many
don't-
alternative decks to play though.
That's we fall
That's
into
what
the
I mean.
trap.
If they shove them off that, we can't have one good option.
We definitely fall into the trap of you need to hit Terrelament so dramatically hard though,
Mm-hmm.
and I just don't see that happening in one ban list.
Oh, they could, but they're not going to. Like,
Yeah.
I've seen them nuke decks before, but they have to like bump it so that it's somewhat on the level of, because I don't think they can put it under cash. If they do, then everyone just goes,
Is-
well, what the fuck's the point of playing this
fuck
deck? Yeah, bye.
But if you're playing to stop just cash, cash is easy to stop. Cash is branded, where if you're like, this is the best deck, I need to beat this deck,
Yep.
it is so fucking easy to beat. It's the issue of Terrelament, to stop Terrelament, you have to play significantly different cards to beating Kashtira. And
Okay.
that is what would cause problems. So, yeah. I
Then you've got the
also,
mirrors of both of those two things.
for what
It's-
we would need to murder Terrelament, would need to be the biggest ban list we've ever had.
It would just need to like
No.
nuke so many cards,
I
like
don't-
to 0.
I don't think it would be comparable to anything we've ever had before.
It would have to like wipe half the deck off the fucking face of the earth and
Yeah.
go, all right, cool, have fun.
For it to be dead in one list, I think you need to limit literally every single card that deck uses in its main deck, and ban Kit Callus. Maybe also ban King of the Swamp.
Yeah.
I think you need to ban.
Well, because
lot
like
and
if
limit
they
lot.
hit it, it's just more of a splashable engine, like,
Yes.
and then you move on with your life. You
Yes.
go, cool. I play a couple of those cards, replace it with a couple other random engine things. We move, like,
I just had a brain thought.
That
It's
is
dangerous.
typically where they go.
Yes. It's for my fireman.
No.
Oh, Christ. You're still talking about this fucking deck.
He's the firefighter that's going to the toast factory. Gotta
Yes.
put it out.
Gotta put it out. Need insurance for my firefighter deck.
Mm-hmm. What about the...
Maybe now also need King of the Swamp.
Jesus Christ.
What was that old fire deck?
Uh,
What was that old fire deck?
Nope. Okay.
Um,
So,
Flame Sword Salamander Control. Next, Jake. What's new?
yes. So we're going to move on to questions.
Oh, we're out of news.
Yeah, let's do it.
Well, all of it was in set news.
Hazy Flame.
Hazy Flame.
Yeah.
Oh, God. So, if you weren't aware, we do have a Discord. Link will be in the description below. Feel free to jump in, say hi, ask us questions. Our first question this week comes to us from Crobat5.
Crobat V.
What up, boy?
So, his question is, seeing how Konami over the last few months has printed some amazing decks that have changed the format, will they unban cards? Wait, did we do this question last week? I feel like we might have. No, we didn't. No,
I just thought you said
Will they
20
unban cards?
because it's the 20... Oh, no, 22nd we might have. What time was it? No, we'll finish the podcast by then, right?
Yes.
I don't know.
I didn't get
Just
far
commit.
enough through...
Read the question, Jake. Restart the question.
Yeah. So, seeing though Konami have printed, over the last few months, printed some amazing decks that have changed the format, will they unban cards to make older decks that were format changing playable again?
Yes.
That
I'm
would
looking
be-
at you, Master Plan.
That would be
Oh,
very...
no.
No, Master Plan never comes off that list.
No, Master Plan.
No. Never.
No.
They...
Spellbook of Judgment. Already been
Yeah,
happening.
so they should do this more. I don't know that it will be a very quick thing. I don't think they're gonna but there are cards that I am also a big fan of just cleaning up the list. There's like a bunch of stuff that just doesn't need to be there, and we can slowly get there. Not everyone, like 50% of people were like, Judgment can't come back, and now
It literally does nothing.
Does nothing. Does but Jalgan, I'm like, okay,
That
alright.
Jargon is still going to summon in the end phase.
yeah, okay.
Like, and you've had to play a bunch of spellbook cards, which are inherently not that great on advantage.
There's a lot of stuff that can come off. Will they do it? I hope so. I don't think they're too keen to bring anything back that doesn't actively generate the money, unless they bring out like some support and then unban half, some of the cool stuff of the deck. And
That would be the only way that they, in their mindset, would be able to make it feasible, is if they were more proactive with reprint sets, they could actually cash in on, hey, we're bringing back this particular Dragon Ruler for a format.
or a new structure deck of some kind, and they're like, hey, we'll beef it up with...
So, yeah, and I had this thought the other day. Instead of doing, like, these sort of half-ass archetypes in the side sets, they should just do reprints and retrains of new cards in those instead.
We don't need more new shit at this point. And other
Especially
than
when
main
it's not-
archetypes that people are going to play, we don't need new shit.
Especially when it's not that good. Like, if
We
they
just
just
don't
sort of
need it.
half-ass it. Like, Ogdoadic was, like, one of those ones that, like, everyone was excited for because it had the potential and then just did nothing.
So fucking bad. And I tried to theorycraft the fuck out of that deck.
I watched combo videos for days and then I took it to locals. I'm like, oh, this does nothing.
It just wasn't good. It was like, yeah, this deck's fucking insane because I normal summoned Alistair and made Macabre.
There was a lot of that. Now you can see why I was watching combo videos. I'm like, ooh, invoked. Yeah, so there is definitely room that they can start bringing some stuff back, but they also can't go wild with that. Like Master Plan. No.
No,
Never.
don't.
Quite randomly, a lot of the ban list, though, is made up of just, individually broken cards.
Oh, yeah.
There's
Yeah,
a lot
yeah.
of archetypal stuff that's banned. The ratio of archetypal bans to busted solo card ban is not that off.
Well, there's actually a fair bit of archetype stuff in it, but it wasn't used in the archetype. It's
Yes.
those cards themselves,
Yes.
they were for an archetype, but it was just cards that ended up being generic. They
Yeah.
just fucking bombed it.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Like
Which is fair.
every Link monster.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, Nightmare Goblin,
I
Nightmare
wanna-
Mermaid. Technically a part of an archetype. Didn't get used in the Nightmare archetype.
No, because there was no restriction. Anyway.
Yeah,
Uh,
Goblin could come back.
gobble these
What did you
nuts.
just say?
Nightmare Goblin could come back.
Oh,
Extra normal summon.
I thought you said Grinder Golem for a second. I was like, not a fucking chance.
No.
What's wrong with Grinder Golem?
No.
He got banned for fucking Firewall Dragon.
Oh.
So you've got Akashic and Security that do the same thing now.
Yes. Do you not remember the combo?
No, of course I don't. I don't
You
care.
went Grinder Golem, make Akashic, bounce Grinder Golem, summon Grinder Golem, make Security Dragon, bounce Grinder Golem, Firewall Dragon.
Yeah, but I still don't think it can come back.
I think he can come back.
Bring it off.
You are so very wrong.
And while you're at it, Maxi.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Fuck it.
No.
Straight back to 3.
Yeah. Let's bring it back. Bring it back.
Yeah. I
Bring
just
it
want.
back.
Yeah. One format.
No.
You brought Snatch Steel back for a format. You can bring this back.
Yep.
You can't compare those. And also, it was a format, and they immediately realised it was a
They
terrible
were like,
mistake.
oh,
It was a
shit.
terrible mistake.
No, but make a
But
mistake.
now we have
in
a change of heart back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Snatch Steel can go back.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Snatch Steel to 1.
Maxi to 4.
Yes. Max Steel to 40.
Yeah. Only Maxi.
Yep. You can play 40 copies of it.
Yeah. But you can only ever play 40 copies of it.
Yeah,
If
so
you
you
want to
gotta-
play it, it has to be
40 or 0.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
it'll still be played at 0.
No,
Then
you
you
can
just
make
play
60
60
card
cards.
decks and then
You have to play 40
read the
Max
next
C.
question, I beg.
I'm going to need you to stop. So, next question comes to us from what looks to be a new listener, Smithy46.
Well,
Big up, boy. What's up?
So, his question is, what's the best way to tell a stinky player they stink?
Oh, I thought you meant just.
He goes
like,
on to mention
a bad
someone
player.
specifically.
Can we call them out by name?
No. He doesn't say the name, but he
Shit.
just tells a story about it.
We can do it.
Smelly person.
No, but we can do it.
Tell a story, Jake. Story
No,
time with Jake.
no. Wait. So, whoever submitted this question, give us the person, and we'll tell them they stink. All right? We can do that for you.
We'll shout them out of the podcast.
Yeah. We can do that for you. Don't worry. And then send them the link and be like, "Holy shit, you got mentioned on this. I don't know why." Yeah, we got you. Don't worry. Stinky players.
Yeah. So
I don't know. I can't smell, so I don't know about stinky players. I'm sorry.
it is a hard subject to breach, depending on the person as well. Like, some of them may understand, they may have just been going to the gym. Some of them just aren't aware that they are stank.
Maybe you can accidentally drop deodorant on them. I'll be like, oh no!
Oh no, I've...
I'm shuffling my cards.
Well, the other thing is, there's rules against this now, right? Like,
Yes.
you could also just like slyly
But,
tell
like,
a judge.
You can't
Well,
just
yeah.
tell the judge at locals.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, at an event,
And
yeah,
also calling someone out in
definitely...
front of their friends.
Yeah,
Yeah,
who would ever do that?
who also
Us.
probably stink.
Give it to us. We'll do it. I want to do it. No repercussions. Are you gonna make a thingy?
I don't know.
What are you doing?
He's origami. That's the verbiage of
Jesus
origami.
Christ. Next question
To origami.
comes to us again from Crobat5.
It's a book.
Do you think Drytron decks will ever show their heads up and try to stand up to tier decks?
No.
No, because
They-
Bestials is a thing and Shufflers are a thing, so
Yeah,
they
they'll
don't
just-
do a thing.
It's not good.
It'll just all be gone. They
It's
won't be.
not
They
good.
can't function.
Like, you think about the interaction, you go Drytron Engrave, Tribute
Tribute
fucking
Gamma.
Benten from hand,
Oh, yeah.
Shuffler, put them both back. You've lost 2 key interactions.
Yeah, it's like, oh, bye.
Yeah,
Where's your combo gone, dickhead?
it does not work.
Not at all.
It would only work in theory if the Herald of Perfection build was still viable.
Or if they had a Herald of the Orange Light.
You're
Yeah.
screwed.
Both of which got abused in the OCG with fucking tier element anyway, because they were both using Herald of Orange Light and they were both using Eva.
Here we are.
It just won't work. His next question is, if Konami do decide to drop a nuke on tier in the next ban list, do you think Labyrinth or Runic could take best deck spot
No.
with the next format, or will it be a rogue deck format? No, it'll be Kashtira.
Yeah, I was about to say, we've been over this. Yeah, it'll be Kestia, and then we'll
Like,
have to deal with that.
It'll be Kashtira decks playing hard counters to Kashtira.
And then
Well,
those hard
so-
counter decks just playing against each other in top 8.
so in
Yeah.
that regard, Labyrinth could be okay in that theoretical
Labyrinth
format.
sucks, Jake.
It's not terrible, but it's not
Labyrinth
amazing.
is fucking horrible.
Okay, here's my theory behind it. The biggest counter to Kashtira is that it's just an Xyz archetype. That's all it does. Labyrinth predicate themselves on doing normal traps.
So,
D-barrier.
there's the problem
Baz.
of the way Labyrinth fundamentally works is they only trigger when you activate a normal trap.
Yes.
Normal traps don't stop blowout cards. Counter traps stop blowout cards.
Yeah, so you can just get nuked.
Que
And,
las dos.
I guess.
But they're not generating advantage.
But you
You
can't
just
go
hit them with a
stri-
different
you can't
blowout
go like
card.
warning chain multi-faker. Lol.
But yeah, that's a question for if and when we get a ban list, which I think will be sooner than Ben. So
Sooner than Ben?
sooner than Ben thinks.
Closer than Jake?
I think March 1st.
Yeah, but no, we've been over this last podcast.
No,
I
right.
think it's gonna be sooner than that.
Oh, right.
You weren't right about Christmas. You won't be right about this. Next question is from Jesse.
Wait, am I wrong if it's after March 1st?
Yeah, because you're saying it's on March 1st.
But that makes you even more wrong, so I'm still happy.
Yes. About being less wrong. That's life.
Less wrong than Jake.
You're still wrong, and for someone who prides
That's
himself on always being correct,
It's
that
gonna be
is
my title card
incorrect.
on this week's episode.
Less wrong than Jake?
Less wrong than Jake.
Anyway, Jesse's question is, with respect to the ban list, does banning all the tier fusions do enough to simply make tier a fusion engine, or is Draco plus Muddragon plus Redoer still a good enough reason to play?
What?
What?
So you ban Kit Carlos, Ru Carlos,
Sure,
Kaleido
but
Hahn.
to just make it a fusion engine, what does that mean?
You just do fusion things and then link off the fusions. Kind of the stuff that they do in between summoning their own fusions.
I guess. Like,
Like,
yes, the
if you
engine will
mix
still
it
be
with-
played if you nuke both.
If you mix it with a deck that actually still has a win con,
Yeah.
then it'd be fine. Like if you do Shadol tier elements, that could be viable.
Should also have a win con?
Yeah.
Winder.
Win, duh.
Okay. Sure.
It'll just become a splashable engine more so than anything. You won't, you might not have the big tier fusions, but they don't give a fuck. The engine itself is so strong. So,
It's just having no
is
restrictions
this?
is so good. We'll get to that in a minute.
god damn, okay.
Is it because you saw your name mentioned?
No, I just saw a fucking paragraph and a half. And I was like,
Well, your name got mentioned, so
oh,
get excited.
are we having a fight? fight!
No, I think you'll agree with it.
I want to call out.
so-
No, I call him out. Okay.
So,
Box me.
penultimate question. Oh, but not actually a question.
Penultimate.
Yeah, it's
I know, but why? Alright.
because we're not on to the big one yet.
Alright.
Oh, okay. Big one's coming
So,
last?
6i6 has a conspiracy theory.
Okay. Okay.
So, Konami has major sharehold in bug spray, which is why they don't have meal breaks in tourneys. This allows ants to invade the venue and sales of bug spray increase.
Where do you have your foil? Okay.
I don't keep my foil there.
I went to look for foil. It didn't work. That
Yeah.
makes a lot of sense. Also, there will be no lunch break.
Oh, did you get a lunch break at
There was
Orange?
no lunch break this year in Orange. They started it like a lot later than last year.
Oh.
Did you get to
Orange
sleep
is just
in, or
gone
did you still
downhill.
have to be there at like fucking the same time and then just start late?
No, it was like 11 a.m. they started.
Oh, that's fine.
Okay.
Although
I
it
think
was
last year
like,
was like 10.
35 degrees in Orange.
Who is Jesse?
Yeah, it was 35 degrees.
It's not our Jesse, it's
Oh,
a
thank
different
God.
Jesse.
All right.
Yes.
It's the second time I made that joke. Anyway.
Yeah, it's
We
Club
make
at V,
that-
but
yeah.
with Jesse. So, Jesse's question is, with Konami making wild changes on the Master Duel ban list monthly, do you think we might see it as a testing ground for cards coming back off the list in relatively low-risk environment, citing Pank to 3 as evidence, or do we think they respect it enough to treat it with as much caution as they do the physical card game? As a non-Master Duel player, it appears they are just moving things around for the sake of it. Some of these recent lists have had some real Blake energy. Just fuck around and find out.
It's very fair. It's very fair.
I think it's
That's an interesting idea, I guess.
it's very much them. I don't think it's them testing for the physical card game at all. I think it's them trying to fix their previous mistakes from previous formats, and like at the same time trying to like test and tweak and be like, I wonder what it would look like if we had this.
Yeah,
Also, the TCG has no influence over this at all. It is all the OCG.
they very much cater towards the OCG, and that's why they're addressing Sprite and not Tier Element. But yeah, like they do have the benefit of hindsight when they're doing these kinds of lists in that like they're integrating cards as they see fit, but they're all cards that currently exist, so they know how they interact with certain things. So that's why we get a preemptive Toad ban. So they're like, oh, Sprite was fucked when it had Toad, so let's
Yeah.
address that.
Well,
I wonder how the shuffling mechanic for that game or the randomization mechanic is going to handle Tournament.
that's super interesting because the two other online card games don't do it very well at all.
Yeah, Magic's fucking terrible
It's
for
awful
randomization.
PTCG is also atrocious.
Mm.
So that would be interesting.
So, depending on which conspiracy theory you subscribe to, if you're an OCG player, it'll go great for you, and if you're not, it won't.
Correct.
Yeah, fair.
Correct.
But that does conclude our questions for this week, and therefore the podcast. Thank you all very much for watching and listening. Feel free to favourite us on Apple Podcasting, wherever you're listening. If you're on YouTube, like and subscribe. Jump into our Discord, and we'll catch you all next week. Peace!
Bye.